This is how much corn we've got in the bin right now. About to unload. Ugh. Kern's going good. Close enough. This usually takes two hands, so I'm sitting here trying to... I gotta set the phone down for a second. There. That's a little better. How's it going, Jordan? All right, let's go ahead and turn on the... Here comes this. All right. Ugh. Thanks, Caden. How we all doing? We're just finishing up Rockville right now. Travis is up on the hill in the combine. I'm hauling in with the Easy Trail and the 7600. I believe the moisture's been running about 16.5. It is currently, there it is, 7:03 on Sunday. What better time to do a live stream than Halloween? You guys hear me? Because I'm like screaming at my phone. Walk around the back side of the 76 over here. Maybe it'll be a little quieter. All right. There's really nowhere quiet. Somebody said it sounds good. Why did we buy a new auger? Great question. The auger that we had before this one, we bought off a farm auction. It was extremely heavily used. And this auger is a lot more reliable. So with the old auger, we've always had used augers. Flooding was always worn in them. We changed the flooding out to one, but the one that we were using, the Bayrat, it was a good auger. But we just decided it was time to upgrade augers because, like I said, they weren't very reliable. We'd have a bearing go out here and there, not a big deal, but they were just kind of took a lot to upkeep, and something could happen with them at any time. They're getting to the point now where they're just so old. We were looking at augers, and we were like, you know, if we bought a new auger, they're really not that expensive, less than 10 grand. If we bought a new auger, it'd probably last us for the rest of our lifetime. Probably not, but you know, that was our thinking. That's why we went and got a new one. The yield's been really good. Unfortunately, this is the farm where we have all the downed corn, and the corn is extremely dirty. You can't really see it as well now, but there's a steady stream of dust and dirt coming out of the top of the bin up there. we've got roughly 200 acres of corn left and that 15 acres of beans out at my place. We were talking about getting the combines out in the field together and harvesting side by side. I saw someone commented that, but I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. We're talking about getting together with a buddy and getting his 6620, the 9510, and then the new combine all side by side. I'll tell you guys the combine when we drive by it here. But yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool because the combine that we had before, the 9510, was the 6620. So it'd be really neat just to kind of a photo op, because we're going to be selling the 9510, so it's just kind of that'd be like a one in a lifetime kind of thing. So the crops yielded good this year. It's just unfortunate that we had a lot of downed corn because that really screwed with our yield. The video on the new combine should be coming out Wednesday. A bin set. A bin. You bought a 10 by 73 Westfield and had to put it together? Ouch. So, see how the corn, it's not flowing very well, and that's because of all the dirt and junk that's in it. The new combine is a 9770. I'll show you here shortly. I think we can crank that open a little more. Ugh. Oh yeah, let's crank this open. Whoa, thank you for the donation. Wow, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We just bought Hannah and I dinner. Whoa. Little too much. Combine is currently parked outside below the machine shed. It does fit in the machine shed. You have to keep the bin extensions pulled down. So these it has a double folding bin extension. So they fold up and then they fold up again. I mean, we haven't gotten the extension folded up yet, but I think it's going to fold a lot of corn when we get it all set up. Not real concerned with the 9770 pushing a 12 row. That's why we farm contoured. So shouldn't really have to be fighting up too many hills. Plus I've seen other people do it and I know we can do it. Not blowing out. It's retaining quite a bit of corn in the wagon, but I've just been getting one dump from Travis the last 2 rounds I've taken out, because honestly I can keep up better with him if I just go out there with the wagon and and come back every dump. He has, the 9510 can hold about 15,000 pounds of corn in every dump. All right, off we go. My phone's half dead, so I gotta keep plugging it into the tractor every time I hop in. All right. Ooh, it's nice and warm in here. So this is what we got for corn left in the wagon. Hannah is my fiance. So quite a bit back in there yet, but this wagon can hold enough to where it really doesn't matter. I'll show you guys the combine when we drive by it. Time to yeet, skeet, and boogie. Hey Ethan, how's it going? So there she is. I'll swing nice and wide so you get a nice wide picture of it. I think it'll do the job. All right. Whoa, QRP Life. You all seem like nice people. I appreciate you for my videos. Well, I appreciate you watching. And I appreciate the donation as well. That's very nice of you. You just bought Hannah Duncan for a full week. Alright, I gotta set my... he's got the auger up. I don't really want to stop and wait. I'm just gonna fold this thing in sideways here. There we go. Slap the phone in there. Tighten it down. And we are off to the races. So I can adjust it a little bit more. I can't read any of your comments when I'm speeding along like this. Just keep her on the road, huh? We're not going to put single or super singles on the new combine. The duals on the new combine are supposedly on 30-inch spacing, so they should go in between the rows. Should. Any problems with this corn reel? Not really, it's been working pretty reliably. I'm not even sure that really has a model number on it. I think it's just something someone jimmy rigged together, but if you look closely there though, you'll see that he broke one of the teeth on it. Wouldn't be the first time. Anna and I are getting married next year. We're not using the new combine because we don't have the yield monitor set up in it yet, which we need because we're doing down corn right now, and we need to have the corn reel to pick up all this down corn. I do plan on going to the National Farm Machinery Show this year. We'll probably be putting up at least another bin in the coming years. Try not to focus on the dust here. He's harvesting going one way. We'll be able to keep up hauling with the new combine? Absolutely, because when we get the new combine set up next year, what we'll end up doing is leaving the wagon hooked up to the 76, or unhooked, I guess. It doesn't have to be hooked up to the tractor, but we'll leave the wagon by the auger. And then what we'll do is we'll just haul back to the buildings with the grain cart. A lot more efficient that way, because you can keep the wagon full. You can pretty much just be cranking corn into the bin non-stop. And we've done that in the past, and as long as you keep feeding the combine, keeps feeding the grain cart, you can harvest a lot really quick. So that's where we're heading right there, is where you can see all those lights. I only have half of them on. I should turn the other half on in the other bin. What's with the new auger? We got a new one because it's a lot more reliable than the one that we had. I am planning on getting another truck to keep up with the new combine when we're at the fields that are away from the main farms. So that way someone can be running the grain cart and filling up the truck that's still there while I'm taking one truck down. They can fill up that other truck, and if I'm still not back, Travis or whoever is driving the grain cart can hop in the truck and take off. And that way, when the other person shows back up with the other truck, they can hop in the grain cart and start filling the truck up and leave right away if they have to. So we don't have a combine coming, we have a combine here. I'm about to drive by it again in about 30 seconds. We'll see. But I want to get a truck that's more, I don't want to say reliable than Big Red, but a truck that's more reliable than Big Red. Because she has an aging truck. It's a Freightliner and it's got over 1 million miles on it, so it is kind of, she's wore, she's tired. So she's only got 275 horsepower, so I can barely get up some of these hills that we've got. And then it doesn't have jakes in it either, so that's another reason why I want to get a newer truck. Even if we aren't using both of them at the same time, it'd be nice to haul with a newer truck that had more horsepower and jakes, because I'm burning the brake pads off the trailer. I came around a blind corner the other day, and I came up on some Amish that were just around this blind corner, and almost had to buzz around them. I couldn't see what was coming, which is why I chose to slam on the brakes. That it would have been bad if I had chosen to go around them and someone came right around that corner. Oh, didn't even point the camera at the combine. I was too busy blabbering. We'll get it on the next round.
Do plan on getting my CDL this fall though, or this winter, because I'm getting to the point now where, I mean, if I could do some winter hauling and stuff, I think I'd have a pretty good income year round. So I'm thinking if I can haul in the winter months, that'd be a good way to bring in some extra cash to either buy more toys or quit YouTube entirely. But I'm gonna keep doing YouTube. You know, I don't have any plans to quit or anything, but something that I definitely am prioritizing over making videos every single night to make sure that I strictly follow my schedule. You know, I like spending time with Hannah and actually having a good relationship. So Peterbilt and Kenworth are built by the same company, which I believe is the Packer Corporation. I don't believe there's a fudge in front of that. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Bingo. Gotta set the camera down again momentarily so I can crank this open. Woo! There we go. Another benefit of a new auger too is that we can run it at more RPMs without worrying that we're overfilling it and something's gonna snap. Let's go turn on those other lights. So this bin is totally full. All right. There you go. This is farming at its finest. Stuff's coming off at 16.5. Good night, Billy. Tim in Colorado says hi. How we doing, Tim? The MAX 1073, so 73 foot. I assume it's a 10-inch auger. The new combine came from 5 hours north. Not a local combine. But it does have what I would consider relatively low hours. How's it going, Sam? Actually, that's a good question. So we actually did end up selling the Mayrath We still have the Kiwani down there, but I had both of them listed on Facebook, and we sold the one for, I want to say, $3 grand. But Kiwani's still down there. It's got new flighting in it, so it is what it is. Hey, Steven, that would be spotted cow. I'm trying to drink less. I'm trying to drink less these days, though. It's going pretty well. Well, thank you, Gettysburg, ma'am. Happy Halloween. I appreciate it. Did somebody just ask if we're harvesting tonight? I mean, I guess if you didn't see the combine running, that could be a valid question. We're still using the 9510 because it has the corn reel on it, and we need the yield data because of insurance. So if we can finish this tonight, we plan on going to one of my fields tomorrow, and that corn will be going straight to Dubuque. So either Dad or Travis will be running the combine there, and we need to have the 9510 again because of the yield monitor data and the corn reel for at least what's down. So I've got 84 acres of my own that's still standing that we need to harvest yet. But I believe this is the last of the corn that Dad has. No. Take that back. Dad still has that farm of Burton up there. That's like a 90-acre farm. I am dressed as Ryan from Mount Farms Work for Halloween. I got a little story for you guys when we get back in the tractor. Tearing down the 10,000 bushel bin is in the plans because of the structural issues that it's got going on. It's actually kind of hard to see right now with the lighting, but can you run over to Yoder's? How about you do that for me? What is the line hooked up from the tractor to the wagon? So I don't know where he's got the lines for the cameras. Unless, oh, he's just taking power from them. Those are wireless. This is supplying power to the wagon for the lights on the inside as well as the cameras. Better slow this down. All right. I'm sure there's still a fat stack of corn in that wagon, but we're gonna shut her down anyway. It's not like I need that full 25,000 pounds worth of space in here. All right. You know, I thought that would be easier, but it's really not easier. Someone did have the smart idea, though, to angle this wheel kind of inward a little bit and that one outward. Smart. All right, let's go. Huh, that light isn't working. Oh well. plug this bad boy in. You guys can have another look at the combine. So that's how much we had left in there. Quite a bit. Swung a little too wide right there. Gotta do this very slowly, especially with a phone in my hand. Oops. Alright. New corn head. Looks like 2 of those stock stompers are bent. Alright. Don't forget the combine this time, Ryan. There it is. Ain't she a beaut? The extensions are down so we can get it into the machine shed. But I don't know. Looks like a pretty good combine to me. I am rocking the wagon a few times. But I was doing that and all that is still stacked up in there. That's what I mean about how the corn is dirty, because it's down. So it lays on the ground and then it starts molding and it gets like a sticky texture to it. And that's where you get this. I was going too slow starting out for Travis last time, so we're gonna speed her up a little bit. The 9770 does not have DEF. Shifted down too far. Excuse me. He's going back down to the other end. It is currently 7:34. We're in Wisconsin. Or as people from out of state like to pronounce, Wisconsin. Sorry, it just kills me when like people not from Wisconsin pronounce Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Must be tough holding back and not using it. Well, yes and no. I mean, I know that we have to use the corn reel in this down stuff because I worry about what it'd be like trying to fit through it with the 12 row. But it leaves the question about what we're going to do in the future as far as like getting corn reel and stuff. But I know that they do make corn reels for 12 row heads, so we might actually have to look into buying one to keep permanently if this trend continues. You can see all the down corn in there. This is from that windstorm on August 10th this year. The 2021 storm, not the 2020 storm. Let's put it that way. Ann and I are good, Garrett. Well, I'd imagine Dad's going to be the one running his new combine. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell a story. So Hannah and I went up to Mount Horrible last night, and we went up to Terror at Tyrrell Basin with a bunch of kids, and she drove, and we drove 2 younger kids up there with us, and this kid, the one older boy, he was like 13. I think the other one was like 11. They're young boys. But the one boy, the older one, was wearing a John Deere cap. And I didn't say anything, like, ask him anything about, like, you know, do you farm or anything like that. And I was asking him questions and, oh, this, that. And, oh, do you play video games? Well, I play Farming Simulator. And it's like, do you watch any YouTube videos? Well, just Farming Simulator videos. And she's like, okay. And then, like, he just randomly asked Hannah, do you know any celebrities? Or have you met any celebrities? And I just kind of, like, giggled a little bit, because I don't consider myself a celebrity, but I do consider myself pretty well known within the farming community. And she's like, well, I met this one guy. I don't even remember what his name was, but I can't remember how it came up or whatever. But I just kind of turned to it and I'm just like, look up how farms work on YouTube. And he's like, wait. He's like, he earlier before this, I forgot to mention too, he said to Hannah, he's like, you look really familiar. And I told him, look up how farms work on YouTube. And then they did it. They started watching. They're like, he's like, I've seen your videos before. And he's like, what was it? He's like, I've seen your Daddy Won't Sell the Farm video. I'm like, yeah. He's like, how many views does that have now? I'm like, I don't know, like 1.5 million, I think. So I looked it up and it was like 2.5. I'm like, whoa, that's really shot up since the last time I saw it. But that just kind of made me giggle, because he just kind of spun around. Him and the other kid were watching it, and the one made the comment. He was a little quieter. He's like, you got a new subscriber. And the other one's like, you got 2 new subscribers. But that's pretty funny. I recently ordered some of your merchandise and started watching your channel. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay. I recommend going back to the beginning and watching them all. I've had, I don't know, going over the years, my content has had its ups and downs, so I think you'll probably get the best scope of our farm if you just watch it from the beginning. I'm the reason you play Farming Simulator. Well, that's good. I used to play Farming Simulator back in the day. Farming Simulator 13, Travis and I both played. But I quit playing Farming Simulator video games a couple years ago. I tried getting into 19, but to me it's just, there was a lot to it, and I guess I don't spend a lot of time except on certain games. I wish I had more time to play Farming Simulator. I really did. I really do. But I spend a lot of time now playing games with my 2 friends, or Hannah. Hannah and I actually play a lot of Warzone. It's a good, like, team co-op kind of thing. We do a lot of farming during the day, so we're all just kind of like, yeah, we get enough of that during the daylight hours. How much corn do we have, like, in the bin, in general? I have 84 acres still standing that we're going to probably start working on tomorrow. We need more red tractors on this channel. I wouldn't be against it. I'd probably go blue before I went red, though. How many acres of down corn did you have? I want to say this farm had 40 acres of corn on it. So, roughly half of it was down. You ever miss the dairy cows? Not really. There are times where it's like I miss getting up. Well, I can't really say that. I get up with Hannah every day now. But I do miss the routine of having the dairy cattle. I miss chopping silage and the smell of the dairy cattle. I know that's kind of probably weird, but I do miss the smell of the dairy cattle. But overall, I mean, I really don't miss it, because financially the farm's better off. Grandpa did it until the day he died, and we weren't even the ones that decided to quit milking. It was all my mom's family who decided it, because they're the ones who sold the cows. Cows weren't left to us in the will, so they had to go. We weren't about to buy back our herd just so we can keep milking at a loss. So 2014 was our fresh start, and as you guys can see over the years, our operation is things are like way different than they were back in 14. So I'm thankful for it. Life's a lot better. Do you know what you're getting Hannah for Christmas? Yes, I do. She thinks she knows too, but I don't think she knows she knows. There we go. Sorry, you lost me for a second. Well, thanks for watching, George. Going to Dyersville next weekend? Is that one of the shows? I don't believe so. I don't believe I'm going to Dyersville anytime soon unless I haul corn there, which, I mean, I might. Oh, man, Sim Farm. That brings back memories. That was the real OG. Dude, I tell you, if I could still get Sim Farm, I probably can somehow. I should really try looking that up because I would play that game so passively. Like when I'm working on a video or something. It's not as nearly involved as Farming Simulator. But I guess Farming Simulator you can hire out your work supposedly, but I don't know. I'd have to like figure it all out first. How'd you pick your farm insurance? We've pretty much always gone through the same place, which is Compier Financial. It used to be Badgerland Financial. But we've just kind of stuck with the same place. I mean, I'm not against shopping around for insurance, but I don't even know where to start. So, how many horsepower does the 8235R have? 235. You know what? I really should just drive up alongside Travis and get some footage, huh? That'd be pretty sweet. You guys can see how the corn reel works. So with down corn, the plants tend to become dislodged from the ground and they tend to stack up on the front of the head. So what will happen is they'll bunch up, then you got to get out and kick them off or kick them in. And it's just not a very good situation for anybody in this in the combine. So having the reel on there, it helps push the crop through. I mean, I feel like with a corn reel on there like that, that's about as good as you're going to get harvesting the corn. I mean, this is actually doing a really good job. He's actually going with the corn right now, but I think it's doing a better job at picking the corn up going that way than he would be the other direction. Anna has joined the group chat. Look how much down stuff there is. That's just ridiculous. The only tractor I've bought so far is Big Red. Whoa. I just got a huge pain in my side. Oh. I can't even breathe. Do it for the gram. We don't have a new bean head for the new combine yet. We have a year to shop around because we only have 10 acres of beans left, so we figured we're just going to do it with the 9510. What the heck? Oh, I don't feel good. Ugh. I don't know if I got a muscle spasm or what going on, but my chest is just killing me. Oh, don't even say the word kidney stone, because it could be. Oh. Oh, man. It's on my right side. It's right by my liver. I've been staying hydrated, you know, coffee, the usual. Yeah, I probably just need to drink more water. It's going away now. I'm not gonna die. I'm too stubborn for that. I have a lot of people that doesn't point yet. Oh, man. What are you doing there, bud? Okay. Let me just steer around you. How about that? Yeah, that's good enough. Thanks, Gail. Appreciate it. Yeah, I feel a lot better now. I don't know what that was about. Whew. I have 743 people who are hoping to witness a death here. No, I'm kidding. I'm fine. Let's see, as far as acre-wise, what we have to go yet is probably like the 3 acres we have left here. Dad has, it's a 90-acre farm, not all of it's corn, 65 plus 84 plus 15. That's how many acres of corn we got left. And the 10 acres worth, or 15 acres worth of beans out of my place. Yeah, it's probably just a fart. I do not drink carbonated beverages. I really try to stay away from them because I just don't like the carbonation. Is your mom going to be in a video? She says she doesn't like to be in them. But I try to squeeze her in here and there. The new combine should clear the grain cart better? Absolutely. I didn't see your comment, Henry. Sorry. Thoughts on 2022 corn input costs? Well, I know one thing's for sure. I'm planting less corn next year, but I was going to anyway. I've still got 24 acres of my own corn that's going in. But we already locked in our fertilizer for next year, which is way earlier than we typically do. I usually wait until like January once harvesting's all done. The new combine supposedly holds 300 bushels, but that's without the grain. FYI, I am live streaming.
You got the spreader and the stirrer.
Yeah. It's coming off right like I guessed. 16 and a half.
Yeah, when I first started, it was 18 right behind the shed. I've actually added a few bushels to the acre. This stuff, it's, other than you can see these red patches, is where I've been having issues with it feeding into the head. Otherwise, this has been running like 200. All that green you're seeing, it's 200, 210, something like that. The yellow is like 180 to 190, 180 to 200. So it's actually yielding pretty good for being miserable to harvest and not looking the best.
How many hours are in the 9510? I just looked it up the other day. It was like 2,300 or something.
4,200.
4,200?
Separator hours.
Wow, that's higher than I thought it was.
2,800 on the separator.
Oh, okay.
They say the separator is what really matters. Get this done tonight. A little bit left of yours that we got to do. I'm looking forward to getting this reel off the head. I absolutely hate it. It's nice having it.
Yeah. Of course, we could just do the down stuff at Brant's and then take the thing off. we should.
My
'cause-
problem is with the reel is this in particular design is meant for corn that is flat. Not kind of up, not still somewhat standing, I'm talking flat. And then the problem is where you get the good standing stuff, I've actually was running the head as high as I could so I could just catch the ears. So as a little bit of the reel was making contact with the plant. Because if you ever seen the T-ball that the kids play, then what happens is that reel comes around just right, hits the ear, and it throws the ear back in the cab window. And if you're basically in la-la land, focused on what you're doing as far as harvesting, that ear of corn slamming the glass in the front of the cab will make you leave the seat.
all that stuff is. You can see it's broke off.
Yep. But yet, it's broke off, but it was still able to mature to a degree that I'm still getting 200 bushel to the acre. What irritates me, and I know I'm on a live stream, but the annoying part, so okay, everybody saw our yield average. So the farm yield average is 180 is what it looks like. The problem is you get these random pieces down here. It doesn't take a whole lot of 0 or 50 bushel corn to destroy a pretty awesome yield across the rest of the farm. So you can get just a couple spots, or say this one strip in particular doesn't yield the best, or you see we got a little area right here that didn't yield the best, but look at the rest of the farm. It's all that light green is 200 plus. And what irritates me is even going across here, I can't stop.
Someone just told me to say hi to Travis.
Hi. Say hi to him for me. The irritating thing is when you're harvesting down corn, which is what we're looking at. It's wind damaged corn, and it's still running 200 bushel across the field. Granted, I know our yield average says 180, but that isn't exactly true because we're harvesting more than what we've actually have on the farm. See, it's 54 acres. This farm does not have 54 acres of corn on it. It has 40. So it's actually reading 14 acres higher than what we actually have. Trust me, I know, I did the yield maps. But the irritating part is I'm going across this and I'm getting 200, give or take, on down corn. What makes you wonder is, okay, what would this be yielding if it wasn't damaged? Which we know because it was 260 where we could get it all.
Oh, when you called me before, you made my phone freak out.
Oh, plus we're eating a lot of dirt with this, which you can't help because you're getting those root balls that get sucked in. But look at the bright side, which I know it's extremely hard to do. The bright side is it's still not as bad as last year. Last year we had a lot more acres damaged. See what I mean? This stuff's a little trickier to get in, but because we're on a big curve, it's all pointing one way, so you're driving into it. I mean, you can do it not too bad, but it actually does better going that way.
Yeah.
That's why I started harvesting one direction, because I can harvest coming both ways in this thing, but I'm about a mile an hour faster going this direction on it versus trying to come back the other way. I was like 8.8 miles an hour, which progress is the attitude I'm taking on this. So, and the plan is to go through and get all this stuff ground up, and we gotta get some fodder made before the next rainstorm.
So you guys just saw what that looked like that he's pulling in. And that's what it's yielding right now. So. Probably the last live stream the 9510 is going to be in.
Yeah. Are you going to miss the 9510? I mean, I got no ill will towards, like, no bad feelings toward this machine. This combine has been literally drugged through the mud. I mean, it's been a pretty reliable machine. I mean, it's done a lot more for us than what we really asked. best part is the reel does a nice job right there. It works best if you're still driving down the row. So if you get off, the reel really starts to struggle because the reel is then trying to pull in corn that isn't right in the row unit, and that's when you get the jumps and the damage. I mean, I got a tweaked bar over there. Dude, what's with the light?
Just trying to get a look on the inside of the combine. That's cool. Never used to be able to.
So who's disappointed that we upgraded?
Nobody, I hope.
No, I mean any of your viewers. The thing is, the next rainstorms, or chance rains in a week and a half, so.
That doesn't sound like a problem to me.
Well, you know, we are to run the 12 row, right? There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done to it, so we can run it. Because running it without the yield monitor really isn't an option, because the reason we need the yield monitor data, the harvest data, isn't so much so we can feel good about ourselves seeing, you know, 50, 60 bushel corn coming into the combine. It's so we can see the yield variations across the field. So when we go to do our fertilizer, we know how much we may need and what areas may need more, because especially with the current fertilizer situation, being able to put it where it needs it and variable rate the amount.
Someone said they're disappointed because they wanted to see a 12 row on the 9510.
I don't think the 9510 will pick up a 12 row. Yes, there is in the manual it says you can run a 12 row on these, but I don't believe that the 9510 has the lift cylinders, the heavy duty lift cylinders, to pick the head up. Because I picked the head up with the other machine and the back end got light.
Honestly, I thought we were at the end of the row like 20 times by now. Just because you look at your peripheral and there's nothing there. Sorry.
I lost my bearings. See, so we back up, you have no idea where you're going. You find out where your rows are, line up, and rock and roll.
Oh yeah, Hannah, I told everybody what you're getting for Christmas.
Bag of coal.
People are saying they miss you and they're asking when you're going to post again.
I was thinking about it. Just gotta get around to filming something.
One or two more passes left? 3?
1.5.
Yeah.
We're getting it done tonight because I've officially shifted my attitude towards getting harvest done. You're waiting until November so you deliver on November That's what crop insurance is for at this point.
You ever try a cat combine out? Yeah. Try anything out.
Well, would we or did we?
Would we?
I'll try anything. For the most part.
We are planning to sell the 9510 once we're done harvesting with it. Well, Gerald, Travis is here right now, so you can ask him questions if you want.
Ask away.
We are planning to use the new combine, but if for some reason, shape, or form we can't get parts for it, we're going to continue to use the 9510.
Oh, by all means, we're not stopping harvest to just use the 9770. If there's a reason that we can, the 9770 gets used.
We aren't using a cleaner on any of the corn this year either, Trisha.
Why not? They're slow. Those old rotary styles that they used to have. But honestly, if we had one, we'd probably use it. They say they're slow, but the big reason you'd see me using one is if we got to a point where we were starting to store a lot of our soybeans. That's ideally my goal, is get enough on-farm storage where we don't have to worry about lines at the elevator or nothing like that, or not being able to harvest on the weekends. It'd be nice to actually be able to store everything and then market accordingly. No questions.
What year's the new combine? It's a 2011.
Is it?
Yep.
Do they know what it is?
Yeah, I told him already. Plus, I was driving by
8820?
showing it. Yeah.
8820 with 2 turbos, chrome stack.
Builder Bob. Dad makes batteries.
No, this also go back.
How do the rotating bars help harvest the wind-damaged corn? They help push the corn into the head.
They
Because
help with the flow through.
if you don't have them on there, the corn builds up, kind of like what we have on the feeder house here. They all get like pointing this direction out on those snoots.
Yep. It'll be a good feeling to have the home farm done. Because this basically means we're just in the downhill stretch of being done. So they said we got a lot to do in a short amount of time.
Did you get all your hay under cover?
No.
No.
I still got 80 bales that are sitting outside in the weather, but because we wrapped them 4 times with net wrap, the outer surface might look a little weathered, but you don't have to dig in very much. Just pull the outer layer back and it's still green as the day we made it. I mean, the stuff is awesome. I'm really happy with how the hay went this year.
I would definitely try a CAG tractor, old school.
What's the oldest tractor you'd buy?
Oldest 30 series. I thought about buying like a 4020, but I don't know. Buy a tractor, might as well do it right.
I think this is actually going to be my last full pass. The rest is just going back and picking up. And you know, all things together, this still actually is a better year than the last few, in my opinion.
Well, this deal with the corn might be bad, but at least it was only
It's still
here.
yielding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're about one more full pass. I don't know if we're gonna get it all in the car, unlikely, or the wagon.
How does the yield monitor work? So the yield monitor goes off a plate that the corn hits against when it's coming up, off the grain auger, and when it hits that plate, it senses the vibrations and basically just the vibrations, and it uses that to guesstimate about how many bushels are going in the bin, which they're actually really accurate. So.
Yeah, but you do enough weight calibration to fine tune it.
Alice Chalmers is a little too old.
What about an Oliver?
Too old.
I'd consider maybe like a 4430, but the problem is you can get some of those tractors that aren't just completely run down to nothing. They're shook.
Yeah.
And then they're expensive if you try to find a decent one, even a not so decent one. I mean, pretty much there's a premium for not having all the electronics on them.
Yeah. How do you know if the combine gets plugged?
See all these little lines here? They all indicate something else, that it's a speed sensor that basically says if it's not turning, you need to panic. I've had the clean grain elevator, or the grain elevator light come on twice tonight, which all it is was there's dirt because we're getting the root balls into the combine, which is absolutely annoying, but it can't be helped. And the dirt has seemed to want to collect at the bottom of the clean grain elevator, and which is probably a good thing, because then you open that door up and it's all right there. It packs it in, and you knock it out with a screwdriver. So far I can't really tell it's building up anywhere else inside the machine, so unnecessary evil.
Wow.
What?
Is that the 76? Yep.
Yeah.
What happened to the new Holland T7 315? That was a, I don't really want to say demo. It was a sponsored rental, maybe? That's probably the best way to put it. It was a good tractor. I liked it anyway.
A lot of horsepower for the size of it. Rabbit. Where's Rocket?
I didn't bring him over. Oh yeah, there's a rabbit.
See, now if Rocket was with us, Rocket would have had that rabbit already.
Yeah. Hannah and I came home the other night, right at the top of County B.
Yeah.
Lady was parked alongside the road with her flashes on, and there's a deer laying in the middle of the road.
Oh, really?
So I had to drag it off the road. I don't know what made me just think of that.
Or helped her, or what?
Well, she's like, should I call the cops? And I'm like, well, I saw a thing on Facebook that said if it's over $1,000 in damages, you're supposed to call the sheriff's department. And I'm like, well,
For all she knows, that deer was still alive.
yeah.
No, I've never actually hit a deer that I'm willing to admit.
I hit one with the truck, apparently.
You did?
The semi.
Now that's... Now somehow I'm off with a unleashed ride.
I actually just found the rocket cam strap, so I was thinking about strapping it on the rocket and taking them for a run.
You know, it was a good video, and even Mom's asking me to do that.
Rocket is about to turn 10 in February. I don't know why I started streaming. Just felt like it. Haven't streamed at all this harvest, and
You feel bad. I haven't actually filmed anything since September.
yeah, this reel's just kind of jimmy rigged, but
Oh, this is actually a legitimate branded reel.
it is a branded reel. I thought it was just something someone put together.
No, you can actually buy these. I think was it Shoot or Sloan Express. We were looking at them.
Really?
I think to get this for a 12 row, it's $7,000.
We absolutely still have our dogs.
I'm
It's a little-
bringing Calvin with me because Brittany groomed him, gave him a bath, so he's all nice and clean. He's been so muddy here lately. She's been asking me to leave him at home.
Jeez.
I know, right? Now try doing that when you're here by yourself, trying to figure out what row you're supposed to be on.
What's the craziest thing you guys have kicked out of the corn when harvesting, animals or otherwise? Big buck? Bobcat?
Here.
I don't know.
Dad kicked out a 6-point here the other day at the home farm.
Any idea how much yield is being lost? It really just varies.
I don't know. We're as crappy as it looks. We're over 200 bucks yet, so we're gonna start losing it because we're not going in 6 rows.
You guys lose a lot of corn from that wheel? Only if you try harvesting stuff that's standing.
Yeah, believe it or not. I mean, it's not designed to harvest standing corn. We all understand that. But of course, I've seen on, well, even the neighbors last year, and I'm still off. See, this is the struggles. Even I see the neighbors last year where they, well, we got corn behind us we can go get. The neighbors just put the roller cones on the ends of their heads, the corn head, and I guess they got away with that. So I don't know. Maybe that's part of our problem. If we could just even have the roller cones on the edges, if need be. I mean, ideally, we never, ever, ever have down corn ever again. But the winds seem to be zeroing in on us here lately. I mean, we aren't the only ones with down corn. I actually heard of 2 more people today that I didn't know they had down corn, but I guess it took them like a week to harvest it. So.
Our average speed really varies, but Dad went with extra harvest, it's called, through the insurance company, so they'll pay you for, I guess, if it takes you longer to harvest or whatever. If you have to rent a wheel to harvest your down corn, they'll pay for that. But the speed is one thing. I mean, the average speed that this farm has been, that like Dad Travis has been going, has been in like 1.5 miles an hour. And typically, you know, it's anywhere from, I mean, I've seen us go up to 4 miles an hour before, but usually I'd say 3. Probably is good average.
Average? You want me to... wow. 1.8 mile an hour. That's your average, boys. And hey, girls, I guess, you got to be watching. Now, everybody look. This is some of our best field harvesting stuff right through here. You notice you're getting into the standing stuff, all of a sudden the ears getting flung back into the cab really starts to go up.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Thanks for all you do. Much love from the west of St. Louis. Wasn't the 46 like a 1980?
Like 82, I think. I don't know, there's people that get really hung up on the years of their equipment and stuff. I don't even remotely try to keep track of that stuff.
I don't do No Shave November. I do Harvest Beard.
Yeah, me too. My wife hates it. Oh, problem is, great determining factor whether or not you're going to keep doing the no shave thing. My daughter latched on to my facial hair last night and leaned back as hard as she could. Yeah, I thought she was going to rip my eyes out. That was pretty bad, like the whole face. She attempted to rip it.
If you were to do it over, would you put the 360 chain rolls on? Still like them? Yeah.
Those are, we're trying to figure out what's the best way to put them on the new head.
Do you own the JCB now, or is it still officially on demo? I own the JCB. No bent snouts yet this year.
I've been deliberately not trying to say anything about that, okay?
Would you ever milk cows again, maybe with an automatic machine?
No. You're still married to them. You still got to manage them. You still got to worry about them. You still got to worry about somatic cell. No. I'd rather raise the hay like I am and sell feed. I actually have a lot more fun doing that.
Really bad pass in there, huh?
What do you mean?
The red mark.
That was just me going back that way.
Oh.
This is the kind of stuff that grenades your average, just because the monitor doesn't know what's all going on. It counts rows that shouldn't be counting.
We haven't done any chisel plowing yet. We want to get our corn fodder made first.
Yep.
We've got less than 200 acres to go.
If we could get just even a decent week of running, we'd be looking really hard at the finish line.
Would you consider putting an emission delete on your newer equipment? Depends what it is. We're talking about going to a 30-foot bean head.
Why not a draper?
Way too expensive.
Yep. Is that you?
That was you. Depends on the pricing, Ryan. I wouldn't be against an air reel.
We'll even just go into a 30-foot Auger regular flex head. This could greatly improve our bean harvest capacity.
It's hard to say if we'll miss the 9510 right now.
Probably not. Capacity, updating to something bigger to progress harvest that much faster. Problem is, then once we get the combine, the next thing will be infrastructure in regards to how we're going to keep the grain away from the combine.
Wish I could switch to my wide angle lens because it's kind of BS if they don't let you switch lenses on the live stream.
Mine's broke. I got the ultra zoom super duper cool camera on my phone. Yeah, the lens that I use the most, that 2X lens, doesn't work. It doesn't focus.
Any desire to try any other grains besides corn and beans in the future?
I don't know. What do you got in mind? Honestly,
Probably
okay.
wheat.
I don't really have anything in particular. Like wheat, maybe canola. I got bad memories with oats, but you know, having the ability to harvest, raise more than just really corn or beans for cash crops would really be nice. It's basically, those are our only two real options. We could do wheat, but there really isn't much of a market, and the basis that they take on it, the last time I checked, wheat prices was just ridiculous.
What was bad about growing oats?
Hard in the combine. Grandpa, he didn't raise oats for the grain. The grain was a byproduct. Grandpa raised oats for alfalfa, for the cover crop aspect of getting alfalfa started. So Grandpa never really believed in spraying for weeds or spraying nitrogen. He planted oats in the spring, and that was it. That's all the attention the oats ground got. So you're fighting the weeds that would come up and come off. You're fighting the weeds that would come up in the oats, and you're trying to harvest, and every single load that you went to unload, you had to get in and kick it off because the oats were wet or damp, whatever. We dried them in the bin, and then having to deal with oat straw, just oats all around is just generally unpleasant.
This is DeKalb 5615.
That didn't go down last year 10 miles north to the duration. So, I'm not really sure what all went on. Granted, the winds this year, we did have another bad hit of winds.
How's it going, Anderson?
I mean, you can actually make an argument. The reel isn't really doing a whole lot right here.
Yeah. Is the solar farm a go, or is the community fighting it? It's pretty much a go. The community already fought it and lost. What's your plans for speeding up grain handling from the new combine? Another truck and trailer.
Oh, my theory. Yeah, just got to sit and wait.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're going to see the biggest benefits initially on soybean harvest, because I think they'll speed up the amount of beans we'll be able to harvest acres-wise with our current setup, wagons and truck-wise, carts. I think we'll be able to keep up with it for soybeans. It's just corn is going to be tricky. And if I could do it the way I want to do it, I'd put in a pit, a leg, and put in another grain bin.
Farmers around here aren't even starting harvesting their corn or beans, and they're calling for snow here in Pennsylvania.
Why? There are so
People
many
here
crops
too.
in the field.
That's the we've been talking about lately too, is that there's a lot of standing crops out in the field. It's like, why isn't anybody harvesting? But when I did go up County U, there's a lot of corn being harvested along there. But there's still a lot of corn standing east of us.
But my problem is late September, 1st of October, I mean, you were hearing
Beans were in the single digits. Corn was in the teens. I mean, we were harvesting. It would have been nice if we could have gotten more, but hey, I'm guilty of it. I was making hay the last week of September. We could have been harvesting crops, but I mean, it just doesn't seem like nobody else was too concerned. I was hearing that locally too, that a lot of guys weren't worried because it wasn't November yet. I mean, being done with harvest to me isn't I mean, you don't start until the XYZ date. If the crops are ready to go and you're able to get everything done by, well, not even by, just get done a week or two earlier than you normally would, I'll take it. This is it.
What do you do about all the stuff built up on the top of the feeder house?
I'm going to kick it off.
And say you sit and look at it until you're done, then you can kick it off.
Because if you get out every single time that builds up, you're going to be getting out about every 100 feet.
This farm averaged about 180 with 16.5 moisture. No room for storage in your area?
I'm not paying for storage.
It's like,
unless it's on farm.
even the basis at some of the plants are really good. So it's like, why not just...
I don't know. I'm bullish for grain prices going forward here in the next few months because just like last year, corn and bean prices are actually trickling up during harvest. So you get a harvest rally. That's not common.
We've needed a new combine since we quit dairy, Luke.
Because when we got this one was bought with the intentions we're only going to have 150 acres of corn and 40 acres of oats and 50 acres of beans. And this machine has had a lot of material run through it in the last few years. And like I said, it really doesn't owe us much. This machine has had a lot of crops ran through it. Really not sure I'm gaining anything by harvesting this, but at least like I said, I tried.
Yeah, I saw two that went in.
Well, that's a frustrating thing too, is when you get in the really nasty part of it, where you really can't see much of anything going on, you're not seeing really any ears going in at all. It's just like, what am I doing? Then you look at the yield monitor and it's still a couple hundred bushels. It's just, okay, obviously it's worth it.
So I think I just said this, but yield's doing about 180. Well, we've known for about 7 years that we've wanted a new combine. No stomach pain. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I should honestly drink more water and probably eat healthier. Drink less coffee. But my blender's broken, so I haven't been able to make any smoothies for the last couple of weeks. Give me a break. I don't even know how to do a podcast.
Isn't a podcast essentially a live stream?
Yeah, but like only audio. Like I don't know how to set them up or anything. I'm starting to get old. I'm starting to fall behind the times with technology.
It was interesting after a while.
Back a half mile an hour. Well, I guess it's not flowing, so. It's 30. Yeah.
I want to get this stuff in. Launch we had in and start. That's only taking so long.
All right. There you go, folks. We just finished this farm. And that's all the crops for Rockville 2021. It's not very warm in here. Whew. Just turn the heat up a little bit. Supper is ready. Okay, thanks, Anna. I'm glad, because I'm starving. Yeah, she's pretty full. You can fit more in the wagon when the corn doesn't flow very well. It likes to stack up like that. Well, I don't know what time it is. Let me check real quick. It is 8:34, and once I get this unloaded, that's gonna be it for tonight. So we'll head back to the buildings, dump this off, might see how much we have in the bin, call it a day. After this, we're gonna be heading probably, I got a load of corn on the truck right now that needs to go down to Dubuque in the morning, but we're probably going to take everything to that farm of mine with the down corn and try to get that pounded out, because once we get the down stuff there out, honestly, we can go as long as we can run the new combine if it's got all the parts that we need, and we can actually start using that. So I don't know, just have to wait and see. No more pains, or at least for right now. That was really weird. I don't normally get shooting pains in my gut like that. So I appreciate you guys all tuning in for the live stream. This was a fun one. I like doing it, but I have to make sure that I'm doing a job where I really only need one hand. So we'll do one more last sneak peek of the combine before the actual reveal video on Wednesday. That's what it's scheduled for right now anyway. Duct tape will fix the one hand issue. Maybe if I taped the phone to my forehead or in front of my eyes, that'd be kind of cool. Just like stick it here, and then I can just like look around. You guys can see what I'm looking at. What do I think of Case IH? I've driven a, I can't even remember what it was. It was an MX something or other. It had duals on it. We drove it for Wheelman, and I mean, that was a good tractor. It felt, I don't like dragging tractor companies through the dirt, but the one that we had, it felt like the cab quality just wasn't there, because before I had driven a New Holland, and I was really impressed with the build quality in the cab with the New Hollands. But that Case that I drove, the shift lever had like a chrome, just a chrome plating on it, and it was chipping off. And as I was driving the tractor, I kept slicing my hand open, like I was actually bleeding, because the slivers were like cutting my hand. I tried chipping some off, but I didn't want to make it too obvious that it was chipping off, because it was on the back side of the hand grip. So gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. That Magnum was older than that Case. Which one? Please try a cat tractor with tracks. If I ever get the opportunity, I will not turn it down. Well, it's really dark out here. We've still got the Kuhn mower and the baler hidden back there. So if everything gets lined up right, we can get some stalks chopped. I'm gonna be using that Kuhn baler to make some fodder bales. So here's the new combine. Here's our last sneak peek of it. unless I decide to hop in it when I'm done with the live stream. But it's got super extensions on the top, like super extensions. I actually, when this one got delivered, was the first chance that I actually had a real close look at one of these newer combines. And I thought they were a lot different than like our Auger combine. I mean, they are. The cylinders basically turn 90 degrees and stretch to the length of the combine to help with capacity. But I mean, otherwise, like the walkers and stuff in the back, it's all pretty much the same. That was just, to me, it seems like that's the one big change, is that the cylinders turn. Gotta go real slow like here. Old Big Red. She's got an air leak right now. It's underneath the cab. I'm hoping that it at least can hold out until we're done harvesting, then I can solve it. The problem with using 2 combines at once is that we wouldn't be able to keep the corn away from them. So we were talking about getting 3 combines together because, like I said earlier, Travis's buddy has a 6620, which is the same combine that we had before the 9510, and we thought it'd be cool to get all 3 combines together and just kind of do a photo shoot / actually use them. I think that'd be pretty neat because, I mean, sheesh. That goes back to, I think I don't remember the year exactly, but I think I just asked Dad, the 6620 was like an 84 or something like that. So, taking it nice and slow. We're done for the night. I gotta get home though and eat some supper. Alright. Hopefully I pulled far enough ahead. Maybe just a little bit more. Just a little. Just a wee bit. That'll be it. Alright. Whoa. Well, that was interesting. Parking brake didn't engage. There we go.
Hopefully you guys can see something. I need to just set the motor down anyway. Well, we would keep going, but we just finished this farm, so no point in heading over to that other farm of mine when you don't have anywhere to go with it. So, we've been talking. We don't have these bins full, so we were talking about having Travis take the easy trail up to the Burton farm, and he could haul down a couple loads down here, put in the bin to try to fill it up. That way, we have even more capacity, because up at the Burton farm, with the 9510, with just one truck, I can even get back just in time for them to have a load, with maybe them waiting a little bit on me. So, yeah, Travis is hauling back and forth. I mean, there's going to be a steady flow of corn away from the farm. It's a lot better than the days of when we didn't have a truck and we had to wait, because there'd be good drying days or good harvesting days, and we couldn't get a truck to haul any corn or beans for us. So we used to be sitting on our hands waiting to get a truck when the weather was good for going. So having the semi here really was a big boost for us, and really made us a lot more efficient. Getting this newer combine, that's even bigger than the truck, honestly. So I'm really excited to have a newer combine, because that means we can start picking up more acres. We've been turning down offers the last couple of years because we just weren't sure if we'd be able to get it all harvested. But I know there are guys out there that, you know, are harvesting all winter long, or harvesting in the snow, which we have in the past, or wait until spring to harvest. But I don't know, something just doesn't sit right with me about leaving the crop stand until February, March, April, whenever they can get back out.
Oh boy.
Dang! I just went off on a long rant. I hope you guys can at least hear me.
Well, that's good. Yeah, my phone wanted to tell me that the battery was down to 10%. Apparently, YouTube freezes. We've got just a fan blowing on it. Woo! Don't want to step too close. You're right, Chad. We could get bigger bins with that auger. We're still thinking about getting a grain leg. I think a good place for it would be right there where those tanks are. Or right here. No, probably not right here. I don't know. We've talked about it quite a bit. For now, we're just focusing on expanding our capacity. I can't speak English. These bins are both 20,000 bushel bins. I'm gonna have to hop in here and knock this corn down because we are gonna be switching fields. Look how bad that stuff is mounting up though. That's steep, it's not flowing. Ugh. Well, I'm getting back in the tractor because I'm cold. Should put on my coat, but I should speed that up a little bit more. That's why I don't like going back in the tractor. That's better. Hey, Bailey. It's not about grinding the corn. The corn's just fine. It's because it was all that down stuff. It's sticky. Thanks, Hendrickson. I appreciate it. When are you going to get a dirt car to race, Mr. Millennial Farmer?
I don't know. I know a couple guys that got some junk cars real cheap.
Night's going pretty good. Whew. Phone's almost dead. So I'm gonna try to charge it a little bit. Anna and I are doing good. Would you get a 49.55? I don't see why not if I found one for a good price. I always like the 4960s though. Moisture is 16.4. Any chance you will purchase the Kern baler? I really like how the Kern baler performs. If I were looking for a baler, I'd probably look at a Kern first. Travis is probably the one who's going to be purchasing a baler, if anybody, because he's the one who's running all that hay down at the valley. But I don't know. Oh wow, look at this. Look how bad that stuff is mounting up. It's like a freaking cliff. Get some cranberry juice and beet juice and spray it in your carts. It won't harm the corn, but if you spray it in there and then spray it on, will help. We use here on the farm and it works. Accidentally shut my phone off. It's good to know. Alright. Yeah, every donation is going towards our wedding. Honestly, Dad bought the combine. He's been wanting one for a while. Alfalfa does grow really well here. You get a lot of winter kill if you don't get a lot of snow and it gets real cold. Why using gravity wagons over your grain carts? Well, I could have left this wagon sit here and just came over with the grain cart. That's mounding up and it's falling back down. I could have hauled in with the grain cart and just left the wagon run here, but I usually like to have someone watching it so that way it, you know, if things go out of control, if something breaks. My video is funny. You are very zoomed in. Well, that's unfortunate. It doesn't show up as zoomed in on my screen. Bruh, there's still corn in there. And it's... How about now? Sweet. But yeah, I like to make sure that someone's sitting here watching this to make sure that make sure it doesn't overflow or anything. And since it's just Travis and me, and I could keep up with the grain wagon, I just ran the 76 back and forth. Just like the good old days. And I don't care what you guys say. You know, people are talking about like all these challenges about going backwards and stuff with their grain carts. I mean, I don't care what you say. Using a small 200 bushel gravity wagon like this and trying to unload on the go with one of these bad boys, that's harder than anything. That's what we started on. I mean, with the grain cart, nowadays, we're spoiled. Oh boy. Tell you what. Well, I was just gonna hop in there with, I don't know if I can mount my camera at all. Alright, I'll be right back. Hopefully my camera doesn't fall. I gotta go push that stuff in. There's a good chance that the vibrations are gonna knock the camera off. So, see you guys in like 2 minutes. All right. So I didn't get it totally cleaned out, but that's fine because I gotta get another dump from him yet. So how was your time alone? Did you guys have fun with your thoughts? Still got 700 people viewing though. Like, how did that happen? I literally just left the tractor and mounted the camera up on that camera. All right. It might not be a good practice, but sometimes it's necessary. How else are you going to get that grain out? And yeah, I was going back through you guys' conversation. You made me question it for a second. We don't use the silos anymore. But once I get this unloaded, we'll go over and you guys can have a look at closer look at the combine. There'll be a video on Wednesday, but you know, I'll hop in it and we got to put it away. So, all right. But yeah, this is the worst flowing corn I've ever seen. You put it right all over the door, so that's nice. Well, we might see a comparison video. That'd be something cool to do at the end of the season once we're all done and I have a little bit more time on my hands. We will be selling the 9510. I believe Dad is thinking about asking $35K for it. Looks like he's going to be fueling that up for tomorrow. It's not flowing because of all the dirt and stuff from the down corn. There's a lot of corn going through the combine with that down stuff, and the kernels themselves are sticky because of all the mold and stuff. You really can't see it. I mean, the corn looks great in there, but it's not that the corn's being ground up by the combine. Boy, it's a little too warm in here. Who turned the heat up? First tractor I drove growing up was the 2955. I was doing it in Dad's lap. And the first tractor I drove by myself was the 4020. I'm gonna point you guys back to the camera again one more time, and that's gonna be that. Let's just put this right. Man, I really wish that there was a better way to do this. There's really not. If I could just give you guys a better view of what's going on. I guess we're gonna deal with that. Oh, that's terrible. That's better. Maybe you guys will get to see more of my dance moves. I never thought about getting a fast track, but wouldn't be against trying one. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, guess you guys didn't want to wait for me. Last load, here we go. Speed this up a little bit. All right. A little too fast. There we go. Yeah, Jesse, I think we're good on purchases for a while. Probably their marketing department, Nick. Scared of dropping my phone into the pit. Thanks, Weedman Photography. It doesn't smell bad here at all, unless the neighbor's hogs buildings are upwind. JCB Fast Tracks are still relatively new that I know of. I would love to try one, but as far as like purchasing a new tractor, we haven't bought a new tractor since 14, so we definitely try one. And that's building up a little too much. Stuff's just not flowing. For science. Like I said, there's not much choice here. Alright. I mean, I pretty well got all of it. I could reach that with a hoe. If I had one. Nope. Alright. Can't do this as easily as I used to. I'm getting old. Yeah, I really hope I don't drop it. All right. Speaking of which, I gotta put the phone away for a second. I need two hands. Ooh. All right. Oh. That stuff just isn't flowing. Jeez. All right, back in the pocket you go. are still hanging on, huh? Yep, I'm out of breath again. So the auger is probably going to stay here because if we get up to Burton, we could haul down with that wagon. I swear, I put you guys into my pocket and it's just nothing but a black screen. And it's like it attracts more viewers. I don't know what it is. I guess everybody wanted to see the inside secrets of how farms work, huh? All right. It's enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of this. Whew. Out of shape and overweight. All right. All right, let's go have a look at that combine, huh? But first, I'll go up and have a look inside the bin. Kind of sounds like Travis has a combine fired up. Nope, just a 9510. If this bin isn't full, I'm going to be very disappointed. Now I got to climb stairs. Woo. All right. Well, ideally, I'd like to see the corn up to the top of those stirrators over there. But we'll leave the fan on, run some air through the corn because we're trying to get it dried down to 15. And before we turn the heat on, if we do turn the heat on, we're probably going to try to top off this bin a little bit. So, we're good. If I drop this phone, it's 750 people over that railing. It's a lot of stake here. All right, turn the light off. Forgot the other bin, gotta turn that one off. You know, my camera's at 6%, so I feel like I gotta get up there and have a closer look at the combine before it dies, or else I'm gonna lose all of you as subscribers. You pull that up there. Okay. No, it's about a ring down from where I'd like it to be.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Take that load of corn down and...
We need to have a conversation when we're not on camera.
About what?
What we're going to do tomorrow.
Okay. I don't think it's that secretive, considering I film everything we do. Dogs are freaking out. Oof. Well, if that isn't fancy, I don't know what is. It's got accent lighting. No, that's actually there's lights mounted on the inside panel here. So when it's folded up, it points right at everything you need to see. And there's even a light inside to show the walkers. Does it have RGB though? No, but I believe I can arrange that. All right. Ouch. I'm gonna turn these back off. Pander on over to the. Ow! I just fell. Yep. Yep. Embarrassing. Isn't there a flash on these things? Nope.